Kelly Olynyk. McLemore is out there with Wall. Then there's Gordon, and it's Wood in at the 4 spot. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Now here's Beverly. Passes to Morris. George with the ball.
Come around.
Back to Morris. Shot clock at 6.
Don't forget the clock.
Basket good. You know, Steve, these teams we're seeing tonight both have very strong options off their bench.
And Kevin, when you have a strong bench, the starters love it because they know if they have a lead, they have some guys that's going to extend the lead. If they're not playing well, they have guys that come off that help them. And opposing teams, they know when you're a 9 or 10 deep team and you're very, very talented.
Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring. And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
Now here's Leonard. Makes it off the glass.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Here's Wall. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Two very deep teams, great benches. Brent, talk about the mindset and the difference there between starting and coming off the bench.
You can assess, Kevin, throughout the first quarter or when it is that your time to check in the second quarter is about the rhythm of the game. What are we doing well? So when I go in, how much more can I enhance the advantage we have there? Or let's say it's a game where we're getting killed in transition. The most important thing I can do is communicate that message to the team. When we start that 4 or 5 minute stretch, let's focus on these two things to get ourselves back and righted for the rest of the night.
Oh, that's excellent. And the Houston Rockets starting 5. We've got Wall, Wood out there with Gordon. Then it's McLemore, and it's Olynyk in at the 5 spot. Here's Wood. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And here is Los Angeles now. Now here's Beverly. And there's the pass to George. Over McLemore. Rockets with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to catch up with the head coach of the Rockets. He said efficiency is a buzzword around the league, and that's Kawhi Leonard. He doesn't turn it over, doesn't take bad shots. He can give you 30 and never force a thing. Kevin, that doesn't sound like an easy assignment.
Thanks, David. Here's Beverly after Eric Gordon's bucket. And Beverly kicks to Leonard for the 3. They grab their own miss. Out to Morris. And another shot. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Wall looking for an opening. He can't get that one to fall. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Wall passes to McLemore. The 19-foot shot, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Wall. Pass to Wood. The rebound by Ibaka. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Passes it to George. Leonard against Gordon. Shoots from the elbow. Again, Los Angeles.
Count on Kawhi Leonard to work as much as he needs to get to the spots on the floor where he can be successful. He's a good shooter from mid-range.
Now here's Wall. Olynyk finds Gordon. That one goes in. And here's Beverly. Leonard on the wing. Over Gordon. Leonard, no luck.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Back to Wall. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Beverly with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. They get the rebound.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Now here's Gordon. Clock at 6. Now here's McLemore outside. Unable to get that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Leonard on the wing. Morris right side. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
And a breakthrough season for Marcus Morris in 2018 and 19. Career highs almost across the board.
The Clippers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. There's the 3. Rebound by Olynyk. You know, Greg, the Celtics are encouraging their players to take mental health just as seriously as their physical health. Marcus Morris brave enough to say that helped him a lot.
I mean, the Morris twins growing up in the hard streets of Philly. I mean, a lot to overcome, but by getting some help, that's exactly what Marcus is doing.
Here's Morris. The Rockets making the shot, and it's George finishing it off.
Good chance to see Paul George verts that time.
Beverly against Wall. Pulls up. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Ibaka. Back to George. Knocks it loose. And the pass to Leonard. Offline with his 3.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Wall against Beverly. 14 feet away. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Leonard. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
Leonard against Gordon. He kicks it to McLemore. To the inside. Wood. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night, with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. He hits both from the stripe.
And thinking back to last postseason, the Clippers did not back down to the Warriors at all.
Well, LA was a much more physical team. I think they knew going in that the only way that they had a shot was to be disruptive, and they brought that on both ends of the floor, and that was going against a healthy Kevin Durant at the time. They took 2 games last year in that series, and the way in which they played, that spirit might have caught the attention of one Paul George and one Kawhi Leonard.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Yeah, I'd be aware of Paul George, especially when he's that close. How about that throwdown?
Rockets trail by 4. All with it. And the rejection by Leonard.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
George double teamed. Shoots the 3. 6 to shoot. Leonard, no luck.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Wall against Ibaka. Looking to get back on track here. Here's Wood, and that one is stuffed right through.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 2. Pass to Olynyk. Kicks it to Gordon. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. And so it's Houston with it. Outside, Wall. Shot clock at 5. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Wall's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Beverly, the pass to George. Over McLemore. Knocks down the 10-footer. 12 points for George.
Well, a little mid-ranger is going to be an easy shot for him when he's got that much of a size advantage.
Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Wall against Beverly. Wood with the bucket. Wood's got 8. The Clippers shooting 47% from the field to start things off. And there's the foul. It'll go on Christian Wood. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Leonard. Ibaka outside. Pass to Beverly. He kicks it to George. Pass to Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock. Back to George. From deep. And it's Beverly missing. The basket here gets them back in front.
And it's been a long time coming, partner.
Now here's McLemore. D right on him. The floater. Ibaka with some nice D.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
To the middle. Cuts off the pass. McLemore, defended by Beverly. Wide open look. McLemore, no good.
Well, he's just really struggling right now. And with everything he's throwing up, nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
What great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Now Leonard, following the three-point attempt by John Wall. Outside, George. Here's Ibaka. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, last season, the best scoring average of Serge Ibaka's career.
Even with a down year as far as his three-point shooting, Ibaka's still very efficient, getting more of his offense around the rim, playing some at the 5.
Free throw good, Serge Ibaka.
And back in 08, Ibaka became the first player ever from the Republic of Congo to be drafted in the NBA.
Daniel House has checked in for Wood. And both free throws good for Serge Ibaka. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Here's Wall. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Beverly, the pass to Morris. Rebound by House.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
And George kicks to Ibaka. Beverly against Wall. Here's Beverly. The three from Morris. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. Back right after this. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And, Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, the two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Kennard is out there with Jackson, and it's Zubac in at center. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. And the rejection by Zubac.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Outside for Jackson. Back to George. Just 5 to shoot. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Yeah, which ways tonight has Paul George not made an impact in this game? A one-man wrecking crew.
Wall draws the double. To the paint, here's Rivers. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Here's Leonard. The shot off that time. Good D by Ariza. Here's Rivers. And the rejection by Zubac. Ariza no one. Clippers leading by 4. Leonard finds Jackson. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Leonard. And that's 19 points for George.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Here's Wall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
The love and passion. Wall is a game changer, a competitor through and through.
This is his first free throw of the game. And that one falls for John Wall. Brent, for your money, who's the most complete player in the NBA right now?
Over the course of the past 2 years, nobody has impressed me more with his complete game than Kevin Durant. What he has done defensively has just been tremendous. And I know you have guys like Giannis, you have guys like Harden, you have guys like LeBron James, who are incredible players.
And Kawhi, what he did last year. Yeah.
But Kevin Durant, to me, still is one of the most impressive complete players that we have in the game. Good passing in the paint, maybe even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Wall draws the double, and the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. Wall draws the double, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Ariza dishes the Wall. Here's Rivers. Another miss by Houston.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Jackson passes to Leonard. The pass to Kennard. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to House. Ariza at the elbow. Just 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. Wall. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. House the pass to Wall. Wall draws the double, and it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Here's Wall. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wall's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Here's Jackson. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's Wall, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Wall's got 11 points.
And he's got one heck of a burst on his way to the bucket. Wall is at his best when he's driving the lane, going from 0 to 60 in an instant.
Jackson misses. Rockets trail by 7. Here is House. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Passes it to Wall. And he makes good on the layup.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. It's stolen by Wall. It's Rivers on the wing. Dishes to Ariza.
Well, known as a defensive specialist for many years, it's the ability for Ariza still to consistently be a threat out there from the three-point line, especially from the corners.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
That free throw good from Trevor Ariza. Ariza hits them both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Clippers leading by 3. Jackson dishes to Leonard. Over Ariza. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And for Houston, they're shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Wall passes to Ariza. And Ariza with the stuff.
A rangy 6'8", Ariza finishing with force.
Jackson against Wall. Pass to Leonard. Looking to get it going. And he gets the bucket. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter. Rockets trail by 3. Outside, Wall. And that one, good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George, look out, hammers that one home.
And here are the Rockets now. The pass to Rivers. Here is House. He's covered by Leonard. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from John Wall.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Zubac. Here's Kennard. He's guarded by Rivers. Back to Zubac. Outside Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Over Wall. That's tipped. Now Rivers. Here's House. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Wall. Here's Rivers. Another shot. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Really, with that level of speed and power, it is so difficult to keep Leonard from scoring on the drive.
And Wall. Here we go now. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
The Clippers trail. Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Leonard. Fades away. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Wall. Again, the miss by Wall.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
And George kicks to Jackson. Connects from 3-point range. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first. And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Houston also making some changes. Olynyk, he's checked in for Ariza. Gordon comes in for Daniel House. And it's Ben McLemore in for John Wall. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to George. It's rebounded by Houston. Olynyk's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Rivers surveying the D. He dishes it to Gordon. Back to Rivers. Houston moving it around. Shot clock at 5. And the dunk by Olynyk.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Leonard, that's for 2. The offensive rebound, Zubats.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6 man for the rest of his career.
Rivers hits both of them.
I think it's been kind of cool to watch Austin Rivers play under his dad, Doc, a shifty combo guard with fantastic skills.
Here's Beverly. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
He misses the free throw.
I think Patrick Beverly, for the entirety of his NBA career, is really going to embrace the role of being the villain. Has no problem with it whatsoever.
And he's good on the second. The Rockets trail. Rivers with it. The pass to Wood. Up and in on the layup. Wood's got 12 in the game.
That's just unselfish. In the past, maybe Austin Rivers thinks about shooting it or holding on to the ball to take it himself.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency, but players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices, and some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Now here's Gordon. 8 points for him. Kicks to Olynyk, takes a three, and the three ball is good. And now it's a 4-point Houston lead.
Yeah, listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination.
No good that time. Here's Houston now. They're on a 13-5 run here. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Pass to McLemore. Launches it. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself. Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there.
Oh, he got it to go.
Patient. Bam. Woo.
OMG. That's how you silence a crowd.
John Wall getting it done for the Houston Rockets. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Miss you.
Yeah, so big. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They asserted themselves nicely in the second quarter and now have a fairly comfortable 5-point lead here at halftime. Kenny, what do you think about the Rockets?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more in transition, more off the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that three. It's not going.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Ooh, that first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Wood. Then it's Wall. And there's Gordon. And it's McLemore in at the two-guard spot.
And the claw at work, just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
It's Wall with the drive. That shot misses. The Clippers go the other way with it. Down low, here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Here's Wall. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. And he knocks down the first one. And so Wall nails both of them. Clippers trail by 3. Outside, George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Ben McLemore.
Yeah, I think you got to be cautious when you guard Paul George. He's not afraid of the contact, and that time welcomed it.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls. And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding a trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Ball against Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Wall grabs the board. Wall's got his 6th rebound on the night. He kicks to McLemore. Pass to Wood. 5 on the clock. Now here's McLemore. Guarded closely. Clippers trail by 3. The shot by George, wide open. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Clippers on defense. And Wall. Here we go now.
I think Patrick Beverley loves the challenge every night to shut down his man. Takes great pride on the defensive end.
And the pass to Ibaka. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
76% from the line a season ago.
The free throw drops for Ibaka. And so he makes both from the line. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Rockets. They lead by 1. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Wall's got 4 points this quarter.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Inside. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now here's Wall. 23 points in the game. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on Los Angeles. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Lobs it up for Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
Here's Wall. Count it. Good. Wall's got 26 points.
Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Pass to Ibaka. Morris outside. Clock at 6. Passes to Beverley for the lead. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Wall. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the 3rd. McLemore, the pass to Wall. Banked in off the glass. And it's a 4-point Houston lead.
of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Pass to George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Ben McLemore.
Yeah, Paul George, not a guy you want to send to the free throw line. Always around 85%, sometimes even up to 90 from the charity stripe.
And the first one drops.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. And so he hits both. Here's Wall. 28 points for him. The pass to Olynyk beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Ibaka's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's George. Here's Morris. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Morris has got his third basket of the night. The Rockets have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Gordon against Leonard. Wood kicks to McLemore. Houston moving the ball around. Olynyk can't hit. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got assist number 5 here tonight.
How about the handles of a guy like Paul George at his size being able to rip around and has total confidence in his ability to score.
Now here's McLemore. He's still scoreless so far in this one. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Gordon against Leonard. Over Gordon. And it's Leonard missing. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. It's stolen by Morris. George finds Leonard. Out to the wing. Rondo on top. Covered by Wall. Pass to Morris. Just 4 to shoot. From deep three-point range, but they recover it. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by John Wall.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the inside, Wood fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. Houston making a switch here. House is checked in. Here is Rondo, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Now here's Leonard, not a lot of room, puts the move on. It's rebounded by Houston. Olynyk's got his 8th rebound here tonight. House the pass to Wall. Outside Gordon, just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Leonard. Hits the front of the rim and out. Clippers trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Count that one. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
It's like he's got a couple of suction cups at the end of those long arms. Those huge hands from Kawhi, helpful on the glass.
Here is House. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Tucker's checked in. Now Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Passes it to Ibaka. Six to shoot. Knocked loose. Houston leading by 5. Outside, Wall. Pass to Tucker. Over Rondo. A nice shot by Tucker.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Los Angeles has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Rondo kicks to Kennard. The fader. Morris, no good.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game. Defense shaking their heads, no idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Here's George following the basket by John Wall to end the run. The shot by George, no good.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Now the pass to Kennard. An even 3-on-3 break. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Wall. Gordon's got the lead up to 13 now for Houston.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls. It's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. It's a 13-point game. Pass to Kennard. Now Morris. Fades. Count that one. Morris has got 6 points in the quarter. This is where Morris can kill you. He's pretty much claimed that in-between game.
Outside Gordon. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
It's Kennard, top of the key. Kicks it to Ibaka. Back to Kennard. Puts it up. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good off the back of the rim. Houston leading by 13. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
And it's in there. And it's 29 points for Paul George.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Pass to House. 1:35 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Tucker. On the wing, Gordon. And they double up Gordon. Here's Tucker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Tucker's got 10 points in the game.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Outside, George shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Here's Wall, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Wall's got 32 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Rondo against Wall. Rondo can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 15. To the middle. It's good from Gordon on the assist by House. Gordon's got 8 points in the quarter.
And I'm going to call that smart offense. They keep getting it to Eric Gordon. He's making a high percentage, Kevin.
29 seconds left to play here in the third. And the wide open shot from Morris. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor. Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Now, here's Wall. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Houston. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll return shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Patrick Beverly out there with Kennard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's George in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now, here is Morris. Out to the right wing. Here's Kennard. Defended by Gordon. From the arc. Kennard's shot is off. Houston leading by 13. There's the pass to Rivers. And he banks in the layup.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Rivers has gone 3 for 7 from the floor so far tonight. Pass to Kennard. Morris outside. The 3 ball. That shot is off. So Houston will take it the other way. Here's Gordon, and it's blocked.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverly. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
To the paint, who's back up? In deep, Gordon drops it in. Gordon's got 10 points here in the second half.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
Sure. The Clippers keep it alive. Shots good by Ibaka.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Right side, Gordon. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
Well, even though Eric Gordon went in amongst the bigger guys on the floor, he's able to remain calm and get 2.
Now, here is Ibaka. Back to Beverly. Outside, George. Gets a very good look and converts. George has got 35.
Well, the rest of the team has looked pretty bad tonight, but he's done a fantastic job of scoring the ball and carrying the load on offense.
Here's Gordon. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Nice change of speed from Gordon on the drive to the hoop. Love that aggressiveness.
Leonard, he's checked in for George. Houston also making some changes. Olynyk, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And McLemore subbed in for Danuel House. That free throw good from Gordon. And here's Beverly. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Inside, Morris passes to Kennard. And the shot goes in.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
Rockets leading by 16. Rivers with it. Outside, Gordon. And he lays it straight in. Gordon's got 9 points now in the quarter.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Ball's knocked loose. McLemore inside the line. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Morris with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. Passes it to Beverly. Over McLemore. And that one goes long. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Olynyk trying to break loose. The shot by Carroll, no good. Clippers trail by 18. Nobody near Leonard. Here's Morris. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
Free throw good from Morris.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
And Morris drops them both. Rockets leading by 16. Here's Rivers. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And he makes the first. Rivers hits both of them. Clippers trail by 18. Now Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Tries from 10. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Now here's Gordon. Up top, Rivers. Over Beverly. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Rockets lead by 20.
Incredible assist there from Gordon. Just an awesome job getting his teammates involved in that play.
Gordon against Leonard from 10 feet out. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And they double up Gordon. Carroll for 3. Kennard with the rebound.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Count that bucket. Kennard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
Now here's Rivers. He kicks it to Carroll. Here's Olynyk. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And here's Beverly. And there's the pass to Ibaka. Over Rivers. It's rebounded by Houston. Olynyk's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And it's Gordon penetrating, and the layup's good off the glass. Gordon's got 27 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Ibaka against Olynyk. Back to Kennard. That one's not going to go. The Rockets go the other way with it. Here's Rivers. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers trail by 20. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
That one is off for the Rockets. Christian Wood comes in for Damari Carroll, and it's John Wall in for Austin Rivers. He hits the second from the line. Houston leading by 19 points.
Hey, who's watching Wall?
Outside, Wall. And Wall slams it home.
Oh, guys, we had to take flight to get to this game tonight, but here's a guy who simply takes flight and flies at will on the basketball court. I mean, it's pretty surreal to watch a guy who can elevate to that level.
Well, I like what the defense tried to do. They crowded Kawhi, but he's just getting so creative near the basket.
Now here's Wall. Lays it up off the glass. Wall's got 17 now, just in the second half.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Hey, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Olynyk inside.
And Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career, but with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent.
Falls for Olynyk. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. And so Olynyk nails both of them. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Six on the shot clock. Unloads from 13. That one, no good. Wall with some nice D.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
And the Clippers call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight. An outstanding performance. Got that bucket in no time at all. And it's 6 points for Ariza.
Ariza with a nice job of running wide out there to complete the break.
Here's George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. It's Ariza on the wing, defended by George. Pass to Clemens. A floater, and the layup is good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Rockets with possession here. Ariza outside. To the right side. Outside, Wall. Three-pointer. The Clippers grab the miss. And it's Rondo in the corner. Passes it to Shamet. Outside, George to end the cold streak. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
The Rockets making a switch here. Rivers checked in. Ariza outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on George.
And Ariza much improved as a free thrower over the course of his career.
The first one falls. All free throws good from Trevor Ariza. Rondo with the ball. Pass to George. Over Ariza. The shot by George, no good.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
And Chandler throws it down.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Rockets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for John Wall.
Just active on defense, little things like clawing and scrapping and tipping passes and contesting shots. Came up with a lot of steals. When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now, here is George over Ariza. That's good for George on the assist by Rondo. 39 points for George.
Yeah, orchestrating right now, Rondo should be playing with a baton.
Now the pass to Rivers. Green inside. Patterson on him. 5 to shoot. Here's Clemens. Softly drops in the floater.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Now here's Rondo. O'Quinn. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Tyson Chandler.
He's got a nice wide frame, and he stays active on the inside, so Kyle O'Quinn daring the defense to hit him.
First one falls for him. And so O'Quinn nails both of them.
He's been such a great teammate, Kyle O'Quinn, through the years, and a dependable guy who does not ever really play so far outside of himself to damage the team.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks. With John Wall. John, it sure looks like the chemistry is coming together. What is the bond like with your teammates?
We enjoy playing with each other.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent